Tatsumaki was furious at the Blizzard Group's incompetence. Her precious little sister Fubuki had just been put in danger. Calling them useless nuisances Fubuki didn't need. She demanded they cut all ties or she would cut them herself. Challenging her psychic power, she threatened as they never work as heroes again. Just when she was about to unleash her attack, her hand suddenly gripped her arm. And there comes our man Saitama. Now Tatsumaki was truly mad and Saitama wasn't in the best mood either. To him, she was going way too far just to lecture her sister. He couldn't understand why heroes needed to fight each other. Tatsumaki's power flared, demanding to let her go. But Saitama stood his ground. He calmly told her to relax, she refused. And the explosion of psychic energy shattered the walls and lifted them into the air. Saitama recognized this power as the same type that once sent Genos flying. He said it wasn't that different from Fubuki's abilities. That disbelief enraged Tatsumaki even more. Fubuki screamed for Saitama to don't make the mistake of provoking her big sis, but it was too late. Tatsumaki released a second wave that drilled through the Hero Association walls and blasted across the city. Saitama didn't move. He only vibrated slightly as Tatsumaki pushed harder. She thinks what the hell is going on with this guy and why her power is not working on him. Meanwhile, Fubuki, amazed by seeing Saitama withstanding her power, then Tatsumaki realized he is that baldy with Zenos. Saitama asked Fubuki to get everyone to safety. He would handle this mist upon by himself. Hearing that only triggered Tatsumaki more. She asked if this baldy was in her sister's underling, then what was he to her? Saitama casually said, just an acquaintance, which crushed Fubuki completely. Tatsumaki decided to test him for daring to be involved. Her psychic pressure intensified, twisting space and tearing through the Hero Association's new HQ. By laughing, she asked how long he could handle. At that moment, Saitama held her closer and said, if you gonna do this, then do it outside. She was blushing and she was never been so physically close to anyone before. Then they shot through the roof, exploding into the open sky. The battle had officially begun. Tatsumaki called him a pervert and said how long he is gonna keep holding on to her. But Saitama simply said he didn't want her destroying more houses. That insult hit her pride hard. She screamed as why would she run from someone weaker than her. He finally released her hand. Tatsumaki admitted he wasn't that bad. Then instantly raised her palm and increased her psychic output into her fingertip. A swirling storm of boulders formed around her, a tornado of destruction that tore through everything. Saitama casually swatted away each boulder like dust. When one nearly crashed a family in a car, he smashed it apart, scolding Tatsumaki to pay attention. She snapped back, saying she knew exactly what she was doing. But when another rock flew toward the same car, Tatsumaki mockingly lifted the car herself by saying, watch where you are deflecting this. She dropped the car by saving the family. Saitama dodged from point to point, clearly bored. Tatsumaki called him pathetic, shouting that she would never entrust her sister to someone like him. She was furious with their fight. Meanwhile, our hero Saitama's motivation was dropping down and he seriously wants to go home. Finally, her psychic blast tore his jacket, which annoyed Saitama far more than the attack itself. Meanwhile, Fubuki told her followers that they are disbanding their group and everyone's are weak and useless. After that, she went through that hole to find Saitama and her sister. Meanwhile, on the battlefield, Tatsumaki launched him like a pinball through walls into another hero's mission site. All the other heroes from the mission site feared and shocked by seeing Tatsumaki, the tornado of terror, the number 2 pro hero. Saitama told her that it is dangerous to blast the building like that and she responded as he is the one who blasted through it. Apologizing to the stunned heroes, Saitama pointed at Tatsumaki and told them to send the repair bill to her. Elsewhere in H City, a giant demon-level monster appeared, but before Metal Bat could even swing his weapon, Saitama and Tatsumaki's fight tore straight through the monster's skull, killing it instantly. Tatsumaki hurled Saitama through several skyscrapers while he yelled her to stop destroying everything. Landing on a rooftop, Saitama told her they would gone too far and needed to head back. For a moment, Tatsumaki agreed, then dragged him by the head in the opposite direction. Strapping him down buildings, Saitama complained about his scalp. She told him to shut up. That's when something appeared behind them. Speedo Sound Sonic. Spotting Saitama, Sonic saw his chance for revenge and fired homing shuriken bombs. Tatsumaki casually stopped them midair, then sent them all back. Sonic barely dodged until he slipped on a dog's boobs and was blown up by his own weapons. By then, Saitama and Tatsumaki had reached headquarters. He slipped free of her grasp, smiling and said, feel free to start rampaging again. That irritated her. In her mind, she was supposed to be testing him. She was annoyed and threatened to go all out. Instantly, Saitama showed his hands in his pocket and said, go ahead, go all out. Her eyes widened. Now she was ready to show him what she could really do. Outside, Fubuki watched in terror as the sky door opened from their battle. She screamed for her sister to stop and she's going way too far, but nothing could reach them. At that time, King was in Saitama's doorstep for playing games and he was furious about the outside crumbling. At that moment, Saitama crashed into the building beside him and telling to King that they can play some games later. Now he is busy with this pipsqueak called Tatsumaki. Tatsumaki overheard Saitama calling her a pipsqueak and she is even more angry. Their shockwaves leveled everything around them. But there's a funny thing happened. When she landed on the wall, King nicely saw her bandage, just a bandage. Nearby, heroes could only stare at the devastation as the earth split open. She thinks the battle with Saitama was fun and she had assumed that such an opponent was only possible in Blast, the number one pro hero. She was amazed by this man's strength, but Tatsumaki was reaching her limit. Though she tried to end the fight with a massive tsunami of rubble, but our Saitama burst out effortlessly. She collapsed. Saitama told her not to push herself so hard. Leave enough strength to talk out. She shouted to shut up and didn't need any of his concern. She used her remaining psychic power to float him, but the outcome was the same. In her fading consciousness, she remembered Blast, the man who once freed her and told her to protect her family. She would spend her life living by that promise, forcing herself to be strong enough to guard Fubuki alone. Back then, after escaping Tsukuyomi, she had slaughtered her captors and vowed to protect her sister forever. But now, realizing how much pain that responsibility had caused, she broke down. As the vision faded, Blast turned toward her once last time. Then his image dissolved into the blinding shine of Saitama's bald head. She awoke to find him standing there. Still trembling, she looked up. Saitama admired her effort and called her very impressive. By parting her head gently, he said, if she can use her power without breaking people's stuff, she would be a great hero. Something about these words moved her heart. For once, Tatsumaki was speechless. When Saitama is about to leave, Fubuki arrived ready to stand on her own. Her group begged to continue serving her, but Tatsumaki moved to push them away again, until Fubuki stepped forward, using her Hellstorm technique to protect them herself. Watching this, Saitama told Tatsumaki to let them be. He reminded her that even though they are weak now, no one can tell where their limit is. He said even he couldn't defeat a low-level monster before his training. That caught her off guard. After a moment, she smacked Saitama's head lightly, telling Fubuki that she let them go for today on this boldest request. Tatsumaki reminded him that their test isn't over. Next, he'll given another surprise test, so be grateful. That time, as usual, our Saitama, without an expression, he don't give a damn. But while Fubuki looked amazed by her sister actually listened to someone else, the group wondered who in the world this bald man really was. As Saitama walked away, he said, try not to rampage anymore. And that was the end of the incredible clash between Saitama and Tatsumaki. Let's meet in the next video.